All right. Hello, everyone. We are live. And today, we are coming before you guys with another one of our non surgical hair placement intensive educators. So today we
Yeah.
have Mrs. Kat Hiskey with she is the creator of the Weave Buddy. And of course, we have myself, Amber McCray. I'm your lucrative insurance strategist. I'm one of the hosts of the event. And then we also have our business coach, Takara Nicole, who is with us today
Hello.
as we educate, introduce one of our educators to the public so you guys can know, what is going on and, what we have to offer for you guys. So yeah, we got one area. Okay. So, oh, okay. So yeah, I'm gonna let Takara introduce herself again, like because I know we get new viewers each time. So I'm gonna let Takara give a little background about herself, and then pretty much the rest of our interview will be about our guest today. Can you hear me,
Okay.
Kat?
I can hear you. It's just a little muffled, just a little bit.
Oh, probably my feet. Let me put my headphones in. But y'all
That's a
can go
little
ahead,
better.
Takara. You can go
Okay.
ahead and introduce yourself. I'm putting.
Perfect. Hello, everyone, and welcome. Again, I am Karen Nicole. I'm your business coach for this event. I'm a hairstylist as well, non-surgical hair replacement. Is it going in and out? Okay. Can you hear me? Is that better, Kat? Okay, perfect. So I am your business coach, Karen Nicole. I am a hairstylist here in the Richmond Hill, Savannah, Georgia area. I am also a non-surgical hair replacement as well as a trichologist. And so my role for this conference is to help prepare you guys to establish your clinics, also the aesthetics of your clinics. Once you have finished with Amber and we've done the insurance part, we are going to bridge those together, the insurance as well as your salons, to make them look a certain kind of a way, and also make sure that you are structured properly as a clinic. That way, that when the insurance companies approach you, you are prepared. Also, we will talk about how to get your clinics established into government agencies, contracts, all those kind of things. So, I am your business coach, all things business, the back end of business. Sure that you have the correct forms, everything that you need to prepare you to step into the next phase once you leave our intensive.
Thank you, Takara. So yes, so as you can see, guys, we want to make sure that you guys are very equipped. So like I said, with me and her being the host, that is what we do to make sure that we're offering the best that we can to our beauty professionals because we know because we've been in the industry what you all need, and we also we mentor a lot of our beauty professionals, and that's why we even came together with this platform. And when it came with this platform, we knew the different various topics that comes with this hair loss industry, and we knew us together, it was not enough to be able to get that information out to everybody. We understand our specialties, but the specialties that we know our peers need, we knew other educators who can offer that to you guys. So, like I said, we have a panel of 7 educators, and today we want to make sure that we highlight them. And here's one of them, Mrs. Kat. So, Miss Kat, let's introduce yourself. Who are you? What do you own? What is your
My
specialty?
my name is Kat Hiskey. I'm owner of a little company called the Weave Buddy, and we distribute hairline and scalp protectors throughout the country and different parts of outside of the United States as well. We are busy making Weave Buddy heroes. Hero stands for hair extending, restoring, optimizing. We're constantly just offering our virtual trainings. We were doing live in-person trainings before COVID. Not quite there yet. In fact, my first in-person training is going to be with you guys at your show. But I kind of stopped doing all of that just to be safe. I have asthma, so I just didn't, want to be traveling and then be stuck not being able to work and so on. But that's what we're doing. We're making heroes all over the country, and we're looking forward to making more heroes at your show. But basically, we're, in a nutshell, we're saving edges. We're, helping women who are not quite ready to go into a full lace system, lace unit. There's so many names for these pieces now, but they're not ready to shave off all their head. They still want to wear their own hair, even if they only have a patch of it. They don't want to shave it off yet. That's where the Weave Buddy comes in. You can use one of our full systems, and you can have a full weave without shaving your hair off. Number one. Number two, that unit, it's a strong base, and what that base is going to do is it's going to, the way it's designed and the strength of it is going to keep it in place, so you can wear your fabulous hair, for a normal duration. You could actually even wear it longer, but I don't recommend it because, girl, that scalp got to be scrubbed. That scalp got to be, energized and all that. So I don't recommend it, but it's that strong. The units are very strong. We also have units that are for preventative. So if you have customers who are wearing full weaves, you can prevent her hairline from being torn out. So that's a wonderful thing. You don't necessarily have to be, severely balding or thinning. You can just use it as a preventative so that you don't ever have to have, because you know what traction alopecia is. It's traction from all the pulling, and you can have the warmest, most delicate stylist in the world, but once that hair grows, the weight of it pulls back. Okay.
Right.
And so, because of the weight pulling back, that's what causes the traction. So, a lot of stylists can say, well, I'm very delicate and I'm, very soft, and I don't do that. You don't have to. Time
Right.
itself is going to do it, because once the hair starts growing, that weight, you know, does the
So
traction.
how so
Go ahead.
so tell us, how did you kind of get into this industry? What kind of prompted you to create your Weave Buddy?
Wow. I guess it's a life process, because I mean, I was inventing stuff for hair since I was 7.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things where you're born with a special gift that God gives you,
Yeah. How
and if
long did
you,
it take you to create your first one?
my first one, well, okay, so
Okay,
when
now
I,
you
Good
started
okay,
when you were
question.
I'm
seven,
gonna try,
but
to
as you got
to
it.
to not take too long on the when I was 7. My
Okay.
mom, she used to clean houses, okay, and she would come home with different things that the boss would give her. She came home with a white rag doll. Number one, she was blonde and I'm Mexican, and we only do black hair and Mexican hair. We don't do no white hair. Okay, so that had to go, and I'm serious. That's the truth. I'm not trying to be prejudiced. That's just what happened. I'm like, Mom, I don't want this yellow hair. So that's number one. Number two, she brought me some brown hair, and so I injected it, and as I was combing her, so I was already combing her, 7, it was shedding, and I'm like, oh no, this is not going to shed. So I re-injected more hair, and I triple knotted the darn suckers all over. I triple knotted that. I was 7 years old. I was doing what they do on prosthetic lace wigs, so that those strong ones, so that the hair can stay and not shed. Okay, that was my first invention of me discovering that I can come up with a solution. And that's like huge, because you're 7 and you're injecting and triple knotting. Who's 7 and does that? Okay. Um
And
my my best, oh, sorry about that.
I was gonna say, so, we have a few people who are on here who've never, like I said, most of us who've done extensions, we know about that the Weed Buddy is a tool, but kind of help, our new members who are jumping on, kind of explaining them what is that, like what is the base of that? Because of course we know it's to protect edges, but what is, the creation of it? Like what is it made out of? So
Okay,
people can understand.
Yeah, like the
okay,
construction of it.
okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you a little background too. I was working with this material to make interchangeable clip-ons so that you can actually add color to your clip-ons and take it off. So I was using this material for my interchangeable clip-ons. Those bombed, but guess what? That material stayed in my life and in my mind. So that material, when the time was right, um, the Lord told me, use that. You're going to use this for the hairline. Okay, but back to what is constructed, it is actually just plastic mesh. Okay, out the outer. Okay, why not use, something softer, something more delicate? Because it don't work. That's why. Because it pulls back. I've
That's
tried.
what we want to know. Yep, that's what we
I've
need to
tried
hear.
everything. Why use that?
Hmm.
Because it's pliable enough to stay in place. A lot of people are like, ooh, plastic. Well, I tell you what, it's doctor approved. I've got it doctor approved. It's not going to harm. It doesn't even touch the scalp because underneath, even though it did, it wouldn't even hurt you, but it doesn't because underneath it's a very soft silk lace that's lined. Okay. But yeah, the outer shell is a harder plastic netting. But like I said, we've tried everything, and basically everything else pulls back. And the way that it's designed, it actually, once you put it on the way I teach it, it actually forms into like a suction, like a glove. So that's why it doesn't pull back, because it's on like a glove on your scalp.
And what material do you use to kind of make it stay in place? Like, how are they attaching this item to the client's head?
Take my class and you'll find out. No, I'm just playing.
Yeah, just,
Okay.
we ain't trying to give it all. They couldn't replicate it if they want to, but just an
Right?
idea. Because we
Yeah,
have a lot of
no,
weavers.
girl.
We have those who do non-surgical hair replacement, but we also, most of us who do non-surgical hair replacement, we first started out doing weaves.
You
We
know,
first started out doing braids. And even though, I try to be transparent with my clients because they're always, well, different students that come through me, they're like, hey, you know, I do hair loss, but I still do weaves, and I said, well, there's a way to elevate that service because, there are going to be people who still may ask for that. But nobody, if you want to, this is a tool, guys, that you can bring into, introduce into your facilities. It's like, hey, even though I may have clients coming in weaves, they're not getting a regular weave. They're getting a weave with a weave buddy, and that'll take your service to another level to fit your hair loss clinic.
yes.
So yeah, so
A
go
lot,
ahead
a
with
lot
how
of
you
people are
attach.
calling my units the alopecia weave. My system, the alopecia crochet and the alopecia weave, and they have two different price. For a regular weave without the weave buddy is one price. The alopecia weave includes the weave buddy, because
Thank you for saying
they're
that.
they're that confident. They know that they're gonna help. It's gonna not just help them, it's gonna keep it in place, and they can feel secure about that. But the way it's designed is that the good hair behind the ear, usually our hair is very either fine. First of all, our edges are fine, period. They're not as strong as over here. That's why a lot of people get the traction right around the hairline, right? So anything, it doesn't matter if they have hair here or not. This hair is going to be braided separately. The thicker hair behind, those are the main tracks. So the weave buddy gets attached. The Here's the front of the weave buddy. Here's the back. The back of the weave buddy gets attached to the front of those braids. Then you close it up so that it is now formed, taking the form of the edges. That's why it stays. And people are like, but you're not using glue. You're not, how's it staying? It just does. It just does. It's just one of those miracle products. And I don't claim it because it's a God product. You know what I mean? I don't claim that miracle. It's not mine. But it just worked. He gave me the vision of the design so that it can just boom, just close up like a little, like just close up, and
Yeah.
without being attached to the front. So you could have no hair there, or you can have hair there. If you have hair there, you should still use the weave buddy if you're using weaves, because you're not gonna, because the weave buddy is gonna get attached to your now prosthetic hairline.
Well,
It's a prosthetic hairline, you know.
before we get too far off of that, I like the point that you pointed out about you have sew-ins for regular clients, and then but those who are experiencing alopecia get the weave buddy. And that's
Right.
where, as beauty professionals, we have to understand what services, what who are candidates for certain services.
Right.
Alopecia clients are candidates for these hair loss solutions like the weave buddy, cranial
Right.
prosthetics, or even if it's, a hair restoration type thing. But when you're dealing with people who are, and I'm just trying to speak out to the audience, when you're dealing with people who are dealing, when they have regular healthy hair, assuming everything is normal, we could treat that. We have a certain way to do that. But when you're dealing with clients who are in your chair who have alopecia, we need to be able to elevate. They deserve premium services because they have a more delicate problem, and we don't want to add to the problem. And Ms. Kat is introducing a tool that will not add to the problem. It's protecting what's there. You know, rather this person was. I know when I used her system, I had a client who was able to get restoration treatments because we were still able to
Go
apply the
ahead.
weed buddy, but let her get the treatments that she needs.
Mhm.
So yeah, these are things that you want to consider when you decide, like, hey, I'm going to take on servicing alopecia clients.
Right.
And I think it's just good to know because nowadays a lot of people are struggling with hair loss. A lot of people are wearing wigs, and so it's good as a stylist really to be able to have these tools. No one is even saying that you really have to go full blown into a clinic, but you want to be able to service the client if the client comes to your chair and say they don't have edges. They have the hair everywhere else, but they don't have edges. Now we're able to provide a tool for them that would allow them to still kind of wear the hair that they have. Because a lot of times in non-surgical hair replacement, we find a lot of people that are just not ready to cut off all their hair, which, is not always what we have to do. So we want to be able to utilize all the hair that they have left. And so if they do have a lot of hair in the back, but they don't have anything in the edges, around the edges, it's good that, you're providing a tool that will kind of assist. And that was kind of the point of us bringing all of us together is so that we can provide these tools for the stylist. We did have a question and they said, how long will the system last once it's applied?
Well, the sew-in ones can last up to 3 wears. If you get into your stylist chair and don't talk, don't start your gossip, just do your thing, remove it, don't cut into it, because next thing you know, you're like, oops, because you're sitting there, oh girl, guess what? This happened, this happened. No, get it removed first. Get on your phone and let your stylist remove it, or you as the stylist remove it. Don't talk. Then
Right.
remove it, then if you do that 3 times, you can use it 3 times. As far as the crochet one, who wants to remove individual hair everywhere?
Right.
Who wants to do that? So on the crochet ones, you're just gonna have to just remove it, the whole thing. You're gonna have
Yeah.
this bunch of hair out there. Now if you want to sit there for 3 hours removing all that hair, more power to you, but I wouldn't do it. I'd be like, girl, you better buy yourself another crochet buddy, straight.
Yeah. So I hear you. So I hear you talking about the crochet and then you talk about the sewing. So I do know it's gonna be a lot to talk about tonight, but can you give us an overview of maybe like how many products you actually have or like some of the main ones? Because we hear you talk about the crochet and then you're talking about sewing. And so a lot of us beauty professionals, we know the difference between the crochet and the sewing, but tell us a little bit about the products that you're offering, or the trainings, I should say, that you're offering on the systems you have.
Okay, so you're not talking about the training I'm going to do over there, right? Because we only have a certain amount.
No,
No,
just
like what you
basically
have
like
in
what
general. Just
trainings you offer on like in general, because we know you have
right.
so many different types of systems.
Right.
But just give us a just a little overview of
And let me
some of
just
the
tell you
ones.
guys something. I wasn't trying to cover everything. It just happened because I kept getting calls. Can you help me with this? Can you help me with that?
It
Okay, and you
happens.
know,
Yes.
and then you sit there and you're like, oh, Lord, this lady called and she wants some help. What do you think I should do? You know, and then he give me another vision. You know, and that kept happening, so I kept adding to them. So the main ones that sell like a lot are the edge and crown one. I think 50% of my sales are the edge and crown because everyone are missing the edge part and the crown, like 50% of the women, and they're all over 40. uh, then
Gotcha.
we have the closure buddy, very popular. It covers
Yes.
about the perimeter. Okay, just the front perimeter. That one you can choose a free part, you know, for closure. You can choose a middle part, you can choose a side part, left or right side part. Then we have the crochet buddy. The crochet buddy is they're calling it, you know, the alopecia crochets now.
Okay.
I'm like, oh my god, it became a thing. The weave buddy, you know, it became a thing. The alopecia crochet and the alopecia sewing. I mean, that's so cool. Let me see what else we have. We have the hairline one, the hairline buddy, which I told you is just for people who want preventative. So that is quite popular too. We get a lot of that, and they don't have alopecia; they just want to prevent it. The cranial buddy, that's the one that I'm going to take to the class because I feel like that is the one that the students could really take advantage of learning all the different processes, you know. So the cranial buddy, and that's for severe hair loss, anywhere between 60 to 100% hair loss. uh,
Okay.
the all my systems come with a band. It's called the grip band. Okay, and that goes underneath the weave buddy. You don't use it by yourself, it goes underneath the weave buddy. And that one, you guys heard of Kanisha Fairy Hair Mother?
Hmm.
Yes, I follow her. She's amazing.
She uses, as you see, she uses my product a lot. And one day she's like, hermana, we call each other sister, hermana, do you have anything that with a little more that I can use for grip? So I started putting grip on the units, and then I'm like, you know what, I'm going to take it a step further. I'm going to do grip bands for the systems. And
Okay.
because, you know, the weave buddy has grip on it, and then there you have a band with grip, and when they connect, they stick together, you know, without using glue. They stick together. Now,
Yeah.
you do need, if they're like what, they have a little patch back here, they do need some really good strong double-sided tape here and a little bit of ghost bond right here on the grip band, not on the weave buddy.
So- and that is so good that it has all those options, that we
Oh,
already have to well, consultation is key, guys.
Yes,
So,
definitely.
yeah, so what Kat is going to be able to show you guys is how to even identify what all your client is going to need so you can know what system to use. And
Yeah.
that's just across the board when it comes to any of these, or any of this information. Like, how do you know your client is going to need adhesive and double-sided tape? You
yeah.
know,
That's why it's going to be important for you to bring pictures. When you guys come to
yes.
the intensive, bring your pictures of your clients. You won't be able to bring your clients, but definitely bring pictures of your clients. You know what? I didn't think about them actually being able to bring a model. That might be something to look
And right,
into.
if that model's
That might
willing to
be
come,
something on the last day. That might
yeah,
be something to look into doing. But definitely bring pictures of your clients and what their hair loss is. That way, you're going to have 7 educators there that can help guide you through the process of what will be the best option. And then you can
for them.
also, once we get done, decide what's going to be the best option for your client, because you may have some clients that they're like, I don't want, glue, or I don't want this, or I can't
Hmm.
have this, or, I want to be able to do X, Y, and Z. So that's why, again, consultations are important because you understand what's important to the client.
Yes,
Is the look important? Is it more so being able to get wet? All
yes,
those different kind of things are going to be key. So please bring pictures. Also, as we're talking and as we're going live, take notes of the different educators that are coming on here, because then you'll be able to know what to look for when you get there. So
yes.
definitely that was a good point.
And that was good. And Miss Cat, do you have anything that you want them to know? Anybody who's coming to the class, do you want to let them know what systems that they're going to have at the class, or
We're
just
gonna
maybe a
have
highlighted item that you want to
well, we're gonna
encourage
have
them
the
to
cranial.
join for?
We're gonna have the cranial body. That's it. I'm gonna shoot. I'm gonna do a whole class on that because I'm also going to talk about um, all the other systems. But that is like the biggest. If you know that one, you can just any of the other systems are a piece of cake. So I want to teach the hardest one. Also, once they're signing up with you, you're gonna give them a whole list of all of the instructional videos in my whole library. I want them to just to like eat it up. I want them to watch, 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 and I can tell when someone has not been watching. And it, you're paying all this money. Take advantage of it. Learn before so that when you're in class, you're not lost. Because I tell you what, if you don't watch the instructional videos, you may get lost.
Yeah.
It's pretty technical, ladies, but
And
you'll
one
be
thing,
just fine if you watch the videos.
and one thing I want to say too, guys, we do, of course, like I said, the class is, an investment. We are looking at for 4 days of training, 7 educators. We're looking at our price point is $39.97. But when you come to our class, we're going to teach you how to price these items. You can really make your investment back in 2 services.
Right.
Okay. Or
Definitely.
and I'm saying two, but I know I've had reimbursements for these type of things, and it was the cost of the class.
Yeah.
Okay. So when you really invest in yourself, you have these business owners who are hair loss business owners, hair loss product owners. We're gonna tell you how to sell the product for
Right.
your clients. And it's really an effortless sale because our clients need what we're offering to them. And we do want to say, like I said, just to kind of give information about the class again, non-surgical hair placement intensive event will be November 6th through the 9th. Kat Hiskey is one of our educators, along with the 7 others. And we actually have a bonus that is actually ending today. But our bonus is if you register before, well, by today, you can actually we able to work one on one with me and Takara to go ahead and get a jump start on getting your hair loss business going. So by the time you
Okay.
come to the class in November, you've already gotten going.
Yeah.
Okay. We will help you start working on an insurance piece. Go ahead and start working with setting up your clinic. Make sure that your business established before you even get to any of these things. So when you come to the class and learn these multiple techniques, you will see, you'll be able to figure out where to place them at in your business. Like I said, you're going to be bringing example clients where we can see what your clients need and give those recommendations. So this is something that you definitely want to take advantage of. You're working with the creators and the business owners. You can't really beat it, you know.
And
Miss Kate was saying,
can I give a little bit more incentive too?
yeah,
I'd like to give of my time
yeah.
uh,
Awesome.
for
Oh,
you
yeah, we could give
guys.
you on our
So,
next bonus. What bonus you want to offer, Miss Cat? Because we got to
oh,
start another
the
net promo.
bonus because I charge a couple $100 an hour. Okay, so
All right,
my bonus is that once they graduate, like they will get a little certificate that says 2 free hours live with Miss Cat.
awesome,
Awesome.
Okay,
awesome,
after
Yes.
sign up this week or whatever
awesome.
your short 2 free hours, they're getting $400. And and these are like questions that they have if they've already tried the Weave Buddy and they have questions about it. I mean, I'm all ears, and I'm like, I get to the nitty gritty of it too. I mean,
Right.
I will help them figure out what they're doing wrong. It'll be worth it. So that's my little
Awesome.
thing I
Thank
want
you,
to say to
Kat.
you guys. Yeah.
Thank you.
Even if all 50 of them sign up, I'll do it. I'll do it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
look,
why we
that's
need y'all to
that's the
sign
energy
up.
we
Get this
want.
bonus.
Yeah,
Yes.
right.
Yes.
So we did. So you guys, anybody who subscribes to our website, you guys get the first dibs on knowing about these bonuses. I said that the ones who are on our contact list, they hear about our bonuses, they know about the lives, and if you want to be those individuals who know when we're going live, know when to put on your calendar, we go live like every 2 weeks. But and want to know, be the first to know about these bonuses that our educators are offering. please subscribe to our website, which the link is in our caption right now, in the caption part of this post. Subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. We're not going to harass you about, sales, but we just know that there are great tips that you guys could benefit from, even just tuning into the lives. But we definitely want you to be in person with us, But Kat, how can they follow you and find access to your website? Maybe they want to try your Weave Buddy now. How can they
Yeah,
find you?
yeah. I always recommend, before you take my class, try a Weave Buddy, because then all the questions you're going to ask in my class because you already have tried it. So go
Right.
to www.theweavebuddy.com. You'll see the shop and just kind of read on all the different products that I have there and go for it. Go for one of them. Try it out.
And if you guys visit the website as well, you'll see her YouTube. She has a lot of application videos where you can see how it is applied, the different candidates. You'll also see her Instagram and, like I say, her website too. So if you're not sure, you can always click on the link in the bio and you can follow all of her. Please follow up. We want you to follow all the educators because you'll constantly see how we use these tools and products on our clients. We do have a question in the audience. Will there be another class in the future? Yeah, girl.
Of course.
I said
We just
now it's
get
not we're not
started.
doing these as frequently because it's such a big group. Like I say, November is definitely our big one that we're doing. But like I said, based off the demand, we'll see if we can do this annually or twice a year. We'll see. It's based off of you guys and then, what you guys are asking for. So,
Yeah.
Takar, you have anything you want to say before we hop off?
Nope, I'm excited. You guys go sign up. If you have questions, please feel free to reach out. We have payment options for you guys. You do
Yes.
not have to have the full payment up front. We do have payment options for you guys as long as you are paid in full at least a couple weeks before we start the intensive. But definitely share. Link up, get with somebody. You don't want to come by yourself, get your friend. You guys come, like, you don't want to miss this information. A lot of times non-surgical hair replacement is not always done correctly. We're using quick weaves and different things like that, and we'll call it non-surgical hair replacement, and it's not. So come and get the tools that you need to definitely be successful in this field. It is one of the markets that is sad because it's growing so strong, or we're really, more people are starting to come out about the fact that they're suffering from hair loss. But we want them to know that we have options for them, but we want to make sure that you are well equipped with what you need. You'll have all the tools that you need in order to service your clients. So definitely, you guys go sign up. If you have questions, again, like I said, reach out to us so that we can help you.
Thank you, Takara. And like I said, we will be back on in 2 weeks. It'll be the whole team in the next 2 weeks. So please make sure you follow and subscribe so you'll know when our next live is coming. And if you're catching the replay, put hashtag replay so we can know that you tuned in. And share this video out to your peers. But thank you, Miss Kat, for coming on with us and talking to us about what you do. And we just can't wait to have you on in November, physically in person.
Yes.
And like I said, I encourage everybody to try her out now, so they can get that information.
That's right.
All right. Well, bye, everybody. Thanks for tuning in.
Bye-bye.
Have a good one. See you later.